Welcome back. You're watching Storyboard. Creatigies Communications has been providing solutions across advertising, promotions, experiential marketing and sponsorships for the past 15 years. And with the IPL around the corner, brands are seeking the opportunity to associate with the event once again. Navroze Dhondy, founder and managing director, Creatigies Communications, tells us how brands need to patiently build their loyalty with IPL and the dynamics involved in a brand sponsoring an event. He also spoke about his brand association with different sporting events and how they measure the return on investment on these sponsorships. Let's hear the conversation.
Thank you for talking to us.
You're most welcome, and thank you for having me on the show.
So to begin with, IPL is around the corner. I'm one of those cynics about the IPL. You're one of the strongest supporters that the IPL has seen. So first, tell me what you're going to see this IPL from a brand point of view.
Well, actually, the IPL has more than survived. I think people, first of all, didn't give it a chance to even take baby steps. But now it's the 10th year. So if something has survived for 10 years, there may be something right about it.
Right.
Brands have realized the value of it. A lot of brands stuck to it for a very, very long period of time, like Aircel and Chennai Super Kings were like a Fevicol bond for 6 years. Now, that's the kind of stuff which people are seeing, that today with IPL, you're not looking at this as a quick and dirty. You need patience, you need time, you need to build loyalty, like brands did with the EPL in the West, in the UK. So that is a change I'm noticing, that brands are not getting onto the bandwagon and getting off it.
So tell me, which of your brands are on the IPL this year?
Well, actually, we have a partnership where Lloyd has partnered with the RCB. They came on last year and they're continuing this year and possibly for the next 3 years. Now, that's exactly what I told you. It's not about a quick one-off, one season, make the most of it and get out. Muthoot and Daredevils were there for 4 seasons. Wrigley's did a deal, which we did at Creatigies, across each and every of the IPL teams, 8 IPL teams for 5 years. Now that's where the real value of an association comes through.
Yeah. You brought up Lloyd, and you've done some stuff with Lloyd in a number of areas, but specifically I want to talk to you about the golf. Why does Lloyd see proposition in golf?
Very good question. Actually, Lloyd has been a brand which has slowly been growing over the last 7-8 years. 8 years back, it was a very small consumer business of only 50 crores. This year, they're closing it at 2,500 crores. So that means quite a big jump over the last 8 years. In the last 3 years, it's been the most dramatic because the brand realized that it wasn't going to be a price fighter.
Right.
It wasn't going to be another Videocon or Mitashi or any of those things. They wanted to create a halo around the brand. They wanted to create a certain pull, a desire, a brand personality. And that's why things like the Lloyd BT Pro-Am grew from just a 3-city event. And you'll be happy to know, Anand, that 3 cities became 7 cities, has become 10 cities. Possibly it's the world's largest Pro-Am for corporate golfers. And we may even get into the Guinness Book of World Records.
Now tell me, what is the proposition that Lloyd sees in it? Because it's easier to release a campaign on air or in print or whatever. Why do they do this?
That's a very interesting question. And I'll tell you, one full-page ad, one day in leading dailies, and you burn more than almost double the amount of what you pay for a 10-city, 6-month exposure, where your brand is not only a logo on the backdrop, but you engage customers. You use your dealer network. You use your high net worth individuals to come over there. So there's a different permutation combination which goes along for a sponsorship. It's not as simple as a chairman's passion. I like golf, I sponsor golf. You like cricket, you sponsor cricket. Somebody else likes tennis, they sponsor tennis. It's become an equation which is evaluated very, very carefully now.
Yeah. Okay, taking from the last time you had a big gig was in Bombay.
Yes, for the powerboat racing. Yes, just about a week back.
Now, tell me, why does a Maruti want to engage and spend money on powerboat?
Yes, we were actually very fortunate and I would say happy to see the immediate response of Maruti when we presented this concept of the P1 Powerboat Grand Prix of the Seas. the most amazing thing was that Maruti has always been a pioneer of sorts. I mean, 33 years ago when they launched the Maruti 800, they changed the way Indians got to drive cars on Indian roads. Powerboat racing is a completely new pioneering concept. And they found Nexa. Nexa is their latest offering.
Right.
And Nexa is also trying to raise the entire image of Maruti to a different level. And powerboat racing was a fantastic way of doing that.
So give me a sense of what kind of money are we talking about and why it makes sense. Again, if you link it back to full page ads and give me a sense.
Yeah, so it could be, like I said, 3 full page ads if you want to give some comparison.
In which paper? in which paper?
That's a good one. But I mean, there is a certain code which I cannot breach on the exact numbers. Yeah, but it would be somewhere around double digits.
Right.
Which would really give value to Maruti. Our whole business is all about ROI, Anant.
Now tell me, this is the next question I was going to come to. Measurement of, of your client's spend. In every other part of the business, the measurement is fairly defined. There are, metrics which we have got comfortable with over the years. So how do you measure ROI on, sponsorship and so on? So how do you measure it?
Okay.
So suppose, for example, I've got a, logo on Royal Challengers Bangalore. How do I measure the metrics?
Great question. I wish Mr. Brijmohan Lal Munjal had asked me this question in 1993, which is 24 years ago. I remember going to his house with Mr. Vineet Jain of Times of India, Mr. G. Krishnan, the ex-CEO of Aaj Tak, and presented him an idea to become the main sponsor of an event called the Hero Cup in 1993. There was no evaluation, no Excel sheet, nothing. And Mr. Munjal said yes to a huge idea which got Hero into sports from that time onwards. They never looked back. I think today it's the easy way out because there are companies like Repucom.
Right.
I'm sure you've heard of
course.
Repucom, right? Now Repucom gives you as close as possible to the real thing, where it tells you if your logo is here, wherever it is, it will give you an idea that if you put in 100 rupees, whether you're getting 150, 200, 300 or 500. And it's not just a question of hit and miss. These are all scientifically across 15 different parameters evaluated and given as a report. IPL uses it, FIFA uses it, Wimbledon uses it. So obviously there's some kind of sanctity in those numbers.
Right. So tell me, how do you see this business going? The business you're in, which is creating ideas and strategies for brands so that they develop their own IPs. How do you see that developing? That
is really the big next jump. So far, a lot of brands were, like I said, jumping on the bandwagon of existing brand properties, whether it's a fashion week, or whether it was IPL, or whether it is a golf tournament. Now more and more brands are realizing that if they can actually fuel and spark a new concept or a new property and make it last for a long time. I mean, to be very frank, it happened 10 years ago with the Lakme Fashion Week.
Right.
Remember the Lakme India Fashion Week? Great idea. And I say hats off to those people who thought of it at that time as a brand-driven idea. So I think that is going to grow far more than just sort of logging on to an existing property.
Right. Perfect. Thank you so much. I hope marketers are watching this, get enthused about the IPL once again. Unless, of course, I believe you and you say it's already chock-a-block, but all the best. See you soon.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Well, it's time for us to take a short break, but on the other side, we get to see an exclusive preview of the new Make My Trip commercial featuring Alia Bhatt and Ranveer Singh. Stay tuned.